quiet week. Rain chances return tonight and tomorrow. We're timing out when some of Wisconsin might get some much-needed wet weather. And then welcome back, Badgers. As more college students return to campus, we take a look inside the dorms, isolation rooms, and cafeterias that make up this new normal.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, August 22nd. August really flying by. I'm Christina Laurie.
I'm Aaron White. It certainly has flown by, and we're going to see some return to August-like weather as we head into next week, too. So
we'll check on that in a second. But first, we always promise to start every Saturday morning with some good news. But honestly, today's a tough one because the family of Anissa Scott, the 11-year-old little girl shot in the head in Madison last week, is getting ready to bury her. So we thought it would be appropriate to start this morning by remembering Anissa for everything that she was, everything that she believed in, and hear that from her.
God, no one else is fixing Chicago. So I'm asking you, can you please fix Chicago? God, I just want to go outside and play, like a 7-year-old's supposed to do. I don't want to die.
The voice of that little girl who you saw praying to God was Anissa. 4 years ago, she was featured in a short film tearfully praying for an end to gun violence. She was praying for a little boy who was shot and killed in Chicago. Anissa herself was born and raised here in Madison, but the filmmaker, a family friend, was from the city. Family says this video shows just how compassionate Anissa was from such a young age. Last Tuesday, Anissa was shot in the head while riding in a car with her mom's boyfriend. More than a week and a half later, the community continues to remember her. This memorial on East Washington and Lexington Avenues, where the shooting happened, continues to grow. You can see the handwritten messages, candles, balloons, stuffed animals, even a red monster truck. And then later this morning, hundreds are expected to attend a celebration of Anissa's life. At 11 o'clock, a unity march is planned from the Capitol to Breese-Stevens Field. The family will arrive at 10:45, escorted by local police and a local motorcycle club. Anissa's casket will be carried in a monster truck, which is something she loved. It's going to be a tough day for that family, but we're sending them the best, and we wanted just to remember Anissa, how she would want to be remembered as someone that was so strong, so caring, and I hope the family knows she's watching over them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just seeing her, just how sweet she was, you know, with that video 4 years ago and stuff, you know, just such a sad situation.
And the silver lining is they have to have an outdoor funeral, and there is some good weather for that.
Yeah, we are going to see some decent weather as we go through this morning. A fair amount of sunshine, a mix of clouds and sunshine for today. A beautiful sunrise we had in Cobb, Wisconsin this morning. Thanks to Lynn McCauley for sharing this photo with us. Just a beautiful start to this Saturday, and we are going to see that nice conditions continue as we look over Madison right now. There is a mix of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures are warming up into the lower 70s. We're at 70 degrees right now, and we will start to warm up into the 80s later on to this afternoon. Talk about a high of around 85 degrees, but that's nothing compared to what we're going to see next week. It's going to get downright hot, back to August-like weather as we head into the middle part of next week.
I was going to say, it is August.
It still is August, yeah. You know, we had a nice little break as we started off the month of August, but we're going to finish the month rather strong with some summer-like weather.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Aaron. 2 coronavirus headlines. Now a sliver of hope this week in the fight against the virus. The country is starting to see a downward trend in the number of positive cases. The weekly average shows less than 50,000 new cases on Wednesday, down 20,000 from last month. However, the country's 7-day average for deaths is up. An average of more than 1,000 people have died every day for the last 24 days. Here in Wisconsin, state health officials have confirmed nearly 720 new COVID cases in the past 24 hours. That's about 100 less than the day before. In total, there have been more than 69,000 confirmed cases. About 12% of those are still active. And while local health officials say the total number of cases is still concerning, that number is down by nearly 50% since Dane County's mask order first took effect. On July 13th, the day the order was issued, the average number of daily cases was 98. As of this week, it's 47. The county is also increasing testing, opening a new COVID testing site on Madison's south side. It's located at Village on Park on South Park Street. Testing is free for anyone 5 and up. The new site is open Mondays and Fridays from 8 until 4 and Wednesdays from noon until 8. If you'd like a test, you're asked to call ahead of time at the number posted there on the bottom of your screen. You can also find it on our website, 608-243-0302. More Badgers are moving back to Madison this weekend, and campus leaders are addressing their plans to restart the school year. Chancellor Rebecca Blank says the university is launching a public dashboard tracking the number of COVID cases that will be published daily. She says UW-Madison will be providing regular testing and contact tracing to students, messaging students daily about health policies, and mandating masks. Blank says the UW is doing things much differently than campuses across the country that had to shut down before school even started.
We have some different protocols in place than those schools did. Neither Notre Dame nor UNC had any broad testing plans. They were only testing asymptomatic individuals, and we're doing something much broader than that. There are other ways in which our protocols differ, but we are going to be watching carefully.
After UW-Madison's Thanksgiving break, students will move to virtual instruction for 2 weeks before the semester ends. If students don't follow these new policies, UW officials are issuing a warning. They could face discipline from the school. They're also setting up an online form to report individual students and groups who are violating public health rules to the Office of Student Conduct and Community Standards. One thing that could make following these guidelines easier, though, is this new welcome gift. This year, every student at the UW will receive a free COVID-19 safety kit, including 2 branded masks, hand sanitizer, and health and safety information. Students living in the dorms will receive the kits when they check in. Everyone else can pick them up at the University Bookstore on State Street. UW campuses statewide are following these strict safety policies. In Eau Claire, all students living in university housing will be required to wear face masks when they leave their rooms. If they invite people into their rooms, everyone will have to wear them as well.
So I feel like we've put every measure in place to eliminate risk or reduce risk, and to give students the opportunity to be here.
UWEC will also have 1 building set aside to house students who are isolating after being potentially exposed to the virus or testing positive themselves. Students in isolation will be asked to quarantine for 14 days, and during that time, students with a meal plan will get 3 meals dropped off at their doors every day, and housing staff members will deliver mail and packages directly to them. Starting next week, food delivery service DoorDash is helping make getting groceries easier for your family. The company is partnering with grocery stores to help limit the number of trips out of the house during the pandemic. DoorDash will now bring groceries to your door too, starting next week. It's offering new and existing Dash Pass members $15 off their order. The company will also offer contactless delivery. It's 8:07. This weekend is your last chance to enjoy a few summer staples, from a day at the local pool to one of the few county fairs still open this year. And you'll have several hours of nice weather to head outside before the rain chances roll in. You're taking a live look over the Capitol this morning. Aaron is tracking our full forecast right after this.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
Right now, AARP's work is more important than ever. We hear older Americans loud and clear, and that's why we fight for what they and their families need. Access to health care, affordable prescription drugs, opportunities to save for the future, ending age discrimination, a healthy, financially secure, fulfilling life. That's what AARP fights for, because that's what everyone deserves. Join us in fighting for what's right.
It's totally normal to have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
More exercise, more water, and more fiber is the only way to manage it.
Is it?
Maybe you think it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
It could be a chronic medical condition called IBS-C, and time to say yes to Linzess. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Change your thinking to IBS-C. If your constipation and belly pain keeps coming back, tell your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
Family, all in this together. Family, we're taking a chance. Family, like birds of a feather. Family, kick off your shoes and dance.
As a caricature artist, I appreciate what makes each person unique. That's why I like Liberty Mutual. They get that no two people are alike. And customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Almost done? What do you think?
I don't see it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
As the weather gets warmer, get outside and see all the beauty Wisconsin has to offer. And let Meineke get you there safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
While many county fairs have been canceled this year, the Brown County Fair is still happening this weekend. Organizers say the theme for this year's fair, is to be responsible for yourself and to be courteous to others. Very 2020. The fairgrounds will have more than 50 hand sanitizer stations, and organizers say cleaning is their top concern. Statewide, the DNR says Wisconsin parks have seen a record number of visitors this year, more than 6.4 million people since the start of the pandemic. Parks have also experienced an uptick in camping reservations, with 73% of campsites reserved last month compared to the same period in 2019. Turkey licenses have reached a 3-year high, with more than 400,000 issued, and 1.4 million people have purchased fishing licenses so far in 2020. That's up 14% from last year. Back in town, this is your last chance to swim at the Goodman Pool this summer. Madison's largest outdoor pool will close for the season tomorrow. Masks are required for anyone 5 and up. The pool had a delayed start this year, opening on July 15th. And luckily, folks will have some good pool weather. Very hot. Wear your sunscreen.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see some fairly nice temperatures as we go through the weekend, but it's going to get downright hot as we head into next week. Overall for today, we will see a mix of clouds and sunshine, so it won't be a bad pool day, but not a lot of sunshine like we've had the last couple of days. As we see over Madison right now, there is a bit of cloud cover. Temperatures are into the lower 70s. We're going to warm up right on through the 80s as we go into the afternoon. Today's high of around 85, but starting off this morning on a mild note, down to the upper 60s to right around 70. We have 67 in Monroe, 64 in Mineral Point, 67 in the Dells, and 65 in Juneau. And as we go through today, we are going to see temperatures again warming up nicely, but there's a few changes coming our way as we go towards tonight into the early hours of Sunday morning. Doppler radar right now in southern Wisconsin is dry. There's a couple showers starting to make their way closer towards Viroqua, but overall this complex that developed earlier this morning, it's starting to fall apart. A lot of the activity is now pushing down further to the south in Iowa, and that's going to be the story through this morning. But we will see that cloud cover from the showers this morning. That's going to stick around at least through the morning hours. Temperatures warming up nicely into the middle 80s. We will see the chance for maybe a stray thunderstorm coming in this afternoon, a better chance late this evening into tonight. Overall, though, It's going to be pretty scattered, so we're not going to see widespread rainfall amounts at all, just very isolated amounts up to maybe a quarter or a half an inch with some of those embedded thunderstorms. But the bigger story is going to be the heat and actually some of the smoke from the wildfires burning out in California right now. A lot of that smoke is going to get picked up by the jet stream. That's going to transport it across the upper Midwest into parts of Wisconsin going through this weekend into next week. So we might see some of the haze in the sky going into next week with maybe making some nice sunrises and sunsets. But the big story is that upper level ridge that's bringing all that heat and the dry conditions out west. We're going to start to see that building in. It's moving to the north because of tropical storms that are going to be moving to the Gulf, pushing everything further north. And we're going to see a lot of some hot temperatures as we head into next week. So here's a look at our forecast for today. High around 85, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Southwest wind about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And a look ahead to our extended forecast showing that chance of storms coming in late tonight into early Sunday morning. But after that, it really starts to heat up. We get more sunshine. High of 89 on Monday, 90 on Tuesday and Wednesday. But the good news is we are seeing more chances of showers and storms by the end of the week. We definitely need the rainfall. Just got to get through some pretty hot temperatures, I got to say.
I know lots of farmers need that rainfall, and it's good news it's not happening at least this morning for the farmers market.
Yeah, definitely not. We're not seeing any rain out there, but we will at least have a chance tonight. But like I said, better chance of storms by next weekend.
Evening showers are always nice to fall asleep to anyways. Thanks, Aaron. The Bucks are hoping to pull ahead this afternoon as they face the Magic in Game 3 of the playoffs. The #1 seeded Bucks held the Magic to just 13 points in the first quarter Thursday. Giannis had a huge game with 28 points and 20 rebounds, hoping he'll repeat that tonight to help the team win by 15. The series now tied at 1-1. Game 3 tips off today at noon. There's plenty else to watch this weekend. Next, Will Loper shares his 3 things to watch. Plus, we'll tell you about the new feature on Netflix, perfect for indecisive viewers who just can't come up with what they want to watch. Trending news is right after this.
Thinking about your financial plan? So are we. Prudential helps 25 million people with their financial needs. With over 90 years of investment experience, our thousands of financial professionals can help. Go to Prudential.com or talk to an advisor.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2020 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Toyota.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. We have great deals for everyone.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver.
But now Joe Biden's taken a sharp left turn. Buckle up for his $4 trillion tax hike. Biden's plan raises taxes on small business, reversing the recovery. He's pledged to eliminate blue-collar oil and gas jobs. And analysts estimate stocks would crash up to 25% if Biden takes the wheel, crushing your retirement.
This is just boom.
Hit the brakes on Biden. He'll wreck our economy. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This right here is the most delicious way to turn any person into a morning person.
Enjoy a $2 savory sausage McMuffin with hash browns or a $2 sausage biscuit with hash browns.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
On the road again. Book 2 separate qualifying stays and earn a free night. The open road is open again, and wherever you're headed, Choice Hotels is there. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
This selenite gray is so pretty, isn't it?
Wow. Jim, could you pop the hood for us?
There she is.
Turbocharge, right?
Yes, it is.
Jim, could you kick the tires?
Oh, yes.
Could you change the color inside the car?
Oh, sure. How about blue?
That's more cyan, but jump in the back seat, Jim. Act like my kids.
How much longer?
Exactly how they sound. It's got massaging seats too, right?
Oh,
Visit the Mercedes-Benz summer event or shop online at participating dealers. Get 0% APR financing up to 36 months on select new and certified pre-owned models.
When unexpected home projects come along, use the Home Advisor app and instantly book an appointment online with a top-rated pro. Be prepared for whatever home projects come your way. Download the free Home Advisor app today.
Welcome back on this Saturday morning. The time is now 8:18, and while things are quiet here in Wisconsin, it's pretty active down in the tropics. We have two tropical storms that have developed, Laura and Marco. These are going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico over the course of the next couple of days, and eventually are going to be making landfall in either Texas or Louisiana. Marco looks to make a landfall in Texas. Laura could be making landfall in Louisiana or possibly even Mississippi going into the middle part of next week. And these are actually going to have an influence on our weather as we see an upper level ridge that's built across the west. That's actually going to get pushed further to the north because of those tropical systems moving from the south to the north. Basically, the weather is moving from west to east, so because that upper level ridge can't move east because of the tropical systems, it has to move a little bit further north, and that's going to bring in some hot conditions back into Wisconsin as we head into the middle part of next week. We're talking about highs approaching, if not exceeding, the 90-degree mark by Tuesday and Wednesday. So August is certainly not over yet.
No, it's not. Thank you so much, Aaron. Time for a look at what's trending this morning. A Charles Dickens classic gets a modern twist in the new film, The Personal History of David Copperfield. A new clip of the comedy drama was released this week, starring Dev Patel as David Copperfield. The story follows David as he moves around and meets a curious cast of characters, all while collecting notes that become his autobiography. The Personal History of David Copperfield is set to hit theaters next Friday. Netflix has released the first trailer for Enola Holmes, starring Millie Bobby Brown as Sherlock Holmes's younger sister. The movie centers on Enola learning that her mother has gone missing. Enola Holmes will start streaming on Netflix September 23rd. And 11 single people are getting ready to find their perfect match. CBS has announced the Islanders looking for love in season 2 of Love Island. The reality series kicks off with a 2-hour premiere this Monday, August 24th. But before that, there's plenty to watch today. Here are Will Loper's picks and this weekend's 3 things to watch.
Welcome to New Home. Newly streaming on Disney Plus this week is the one and only Ivan.
Why do they want an angry gorilla anyway?
You're a silverback, a terrified human.
You're not terrifying.
Sam Rockwell, Angelina Jolie, Danny DeVito, and more provide voices in the film about a gorilla who stages an escape from a mall.
Can you tell me a story?
Once there was a baby elephant that was smart and brave, and she needed to live in the wild where she could be free.
This painting is clearly a sign he wants to be free.
The one and only Ivan is streaming on Disney Plus now. Family. We're in this together.
May I introduce the brilliant Nikola Tesla, the greatest inventor of the age.
Newly arrived to video on demand is the film Tesla.
I now have the pleasure of introducing you to a novel system of energy, alternate currents.
Ethan Hawke stars as the famous inventor fighting to get his electrical system to the forefront of the world.
You live in your head.
Doesn't everyone?
You lack funding.
Mr. Tesla thinks I owe him money. What was it, $50,000?
Yes.
Tesla is available to rent or buy on VOD platforms now.
The world we are living in is a dream that Tesla dreamed first.
Guys, ninjas stole your parents.
Finally, newly streaming on Netflix this week is The Sleepover.
How would somebody take your parents? Look, this is Mom's necklace. She never takes this off, ever. She's trying to tell us something? Look.
A group of kids discovers their mom is actually a former thief and have to save her from kidnappers.
Where are we? Access granted. Oh, yeah. path. Let's go. Ooh, what's this button do?
Predator mode engaged.
The Sleepover is streaming on Netflix now.
We will find them. Mom left us tons of clues. How are we gonna get in? I'll do it.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
And if you're feeling too lazy to actually look for something to watch for on Netflix, help has arrived. You can now let Netflix stream titles to you at random with the new Shuffle Play feature. Shuffle Play picks content based on your viewing history or playlists. If you don't like what you see, you simply skip ahead to the next title. The streaming service built the feature for indecisive viewers who don't quite know what they want to watch. Right now, Netflix is just testing the feature. It's available to Netflix users on connected TV devices like smart TVs and Roku. A half hour of news is still ahead for us this morning, including the latest report that 1 in 5 college-age students are taking this year off, what they're doing, and what it will cost colleges like the UW. Right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy nonstop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $346 per month lease on Nissan Rogue.
Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. Home is where heads come to rest. A place to let go and a place to find again. At Stanley Steamer, we love home, and we know that a clean home is a healthy home. We're ready when you are.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy-efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Who wore it better, Hillary or Trump? In the end, socialized medicine always looks the same. Hillary Clinton once pushed foreign price controls in the U.S., and now President Trump is too. His recent executive order allows foreign countries with socialized medicine to dictate policies for Americans, impacting our seniors who are still vulnerable to COVID-19. Let's make sure Trump doesn't change policies and make Hillary's dream a reality. Paid for by Americans for Limited Government.
Let's summer. Let's dine out by truly dining out. Let's serve up the freshest of food with a side of fresh air. And save a little money without sacrificing the savory. Let's raise our tongs to tasty by introducing our grills to new thrills. And make mouths water more than a backyard slip and slide. Let's live a little more by having another s'more. Because summer is here, and no one does summer savings like Festival Foods.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy nonstop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $273 per month lease on Nissan Sentra.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. It's August 22nd. I'm Christina Laurie. We're coming off a big week in the world of politics, and Postmaster General Louis DeJoy says the Postal Service is fully prepared to handle delivery of election mail this year amid concerns that President Trump is trying to undermine mail-in voting.
As we head into the election season, I want to assure this committee and the American public that the Postal Service is fully capable and committed to delivering the nation's election mail securely and on time. This sacred duty is my #1 priority between now and Election Day.
The NAACP is suing DeJoy in an effort to reverse Postal Service changes that have already caused delays in mail delivery. USPS is launching a new website to help voters track their election mail. The website is usps.com/votinginfo. The website will provide links to federal, election, and state-specific resources. It can also connect local election officials to Postal Service workers to help mail ballots. Meanwhile, the USPS is unveiling some new Forever stamps with a simple yet important message. The stamps have the words "Thank you" highlighted on the gold foil. Their background features 4 different fall colors. Officials say these stamps highlight the kindness Americans should be thankful for during this tough year. Now let's get a check of our Saturday forecast with Aaron White. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, good morning. We have a fairly nice day coming our way as we see a mix of clouds and sunshine, but we're also tracking the chance for some showers and storms, even some light rain showers showing up this morning in western parts of Wisconsin, affecting areas around Grant County and Crawford County. These are very light in nature, and overall, this complex of showers is really starting to fall apart as it's moved to the south and east from Iowa and Minnesota, tracking into Wisconsin. You can see it looked a little bit better a few hours ago, really just kind of fell apart, and that's going to be the trend over the course of the next hour or so. And so we will be dry for most of today, but the better chance of storms will arrive later on this evening into tonight. Now, temperatures are fairly mild to start into the 60s and right around 70 in Madison. We have 64 in Mineral Point, 69 in Boscobel, 66 in Janesville, and about 68 degrees in Watertown. Going through this morning, temperatures will warm up into the 70s, around 81 degrees at lunchtime. And today's high topping out around 85 degrees. And if you are heading out to area lakes today, water temperatures are fairly comfortable into the upper 70s. We will see highs reaching the 80s again for tomorrow. There is a chance we could see a stray storm by the afternoon. But after we get through the weekend, we're going to see some downright hot temperatures as we head into next week. And I'll have details on that coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you so much for that, Aaron. All Dane County students in grades 3 through 12 will be required to start the school year virtually. An emergency order issued by Public Health Madison and Dane County says kindergarten through 2nd grade can have in-person instruction with special precautions in place. But in order to restart in-person classes for older grades, health officials say the county must see a 14-day average of 39 cases per day for 4 consecutive weeks. This news comes as more Badgers return to campuses statewide this weekend. A new poll from Axios and College Reaction finds 1 in 5 college-age students are taking this year off altogether. Many other students are only attending online classes, and that is expected to cost American colleges and universities a lot of money.
I need to take your temp this morning, okay?
For students returning to Georgia Tech in Atlanta, it's the first test of the school year.
97.8, you're perfect.
Temperature checks and social distancing. This is what move-in day looks like in the era of COVID.
I mean, it's crazy, but I'm happy to be here. I think everyone's been doing pretty well with the safety stuff, and I'm glad to be on campus for my last semester at this school.
But the big question at colleges across the country, how many students won't be on campus this semester?
This fall is going to be very turbulent, very volatile. They are not going to know how many kids are enrolled until move-in day comes and they start counting heads.
Elizabeth Johnson's research firm, Simpson Scarborough, surveyed more than 1,800 college students on their fall plans. 1 of every 3 sophomores, juniors, and seniors said they may not return because of coronavirus. The number even higher among freshmen, 40%, saying they likely won't attend college this fall. Chris Quintana covers higher education for USA Today.
If those students don't come, it's not only tuition dollars, it's dorm money, it's dining hall money, it's athletic fees. It's kind of like a huge combination of money that just isn't there.
COVID-19 related losses and expenses are costing American colleges and universities at least $120 billion. Boston University, the University of Arizona, and California State University are among the schools that have announced layoffs. Others, like Duke, Georgetown, and Northwestern, have cut salaries or their contributions to employee retirement accounts. Reopening in person does maximize revenue, but potentially at too high a cost.
You've got to maintain the financial health of your institution, but you also need to protect your community. If you do bring everyone back to campus and a lot of people get sick, then that could be a real blow to the reputation of the college.
As schools work out how to conduct class, here at Rice University, it's a combination of in-person and online learning. Hundreds of students are already back on the campus. Some of them will be taking those classes under tents like the one behind me, part of the strategy here for social distancing. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
This week, a COVID outbreak in the dorms at UNC Chapel Hill forced that school to move entirely to online learning. Right now, Wisconsin plans to move virtual only after Thanksgiving break. Teachers of all grade levels are some of the heroes to come out of this pandemic. And as they get ready to head back to the classroom, many are coming up with creative ways to make their spaces feel more normal. Take a look at this classroom. A teacher at a private school in Florida decided to turn her kids' desks into cars. She didn't want to make the plexiglass dividers and social distancing seem scary to her first graders, so she came up with this creative solution. The video is now going viral with almost 3 million views on Twitter this morning. And this school year, Pizza Hut is pitching in, helping teachers join the fight against racism. The company is teaming up with the nonprofit First Book to release books and other resources to help teachers talk to their students about race. The company is also providing free videos and activities. The initiative comes about after First Book surveyed teachers last year and found that 2/3 want to find a better way to talk about racism with their students. It's 8:34 this morning. A beloved Saturday staple for us Madisonians has regained its rightful place at the now walkable Dane County Farmers Market. It's spicy cheese bread time. Next, the bakery manager behind the classic shares his best tips and tricks to navigate the new market right after this.
Find your keys. Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't sweats. Find your friends. Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now, during the Chevy Open Road Sales Event, get up to 15% of MSRP cash back on select 2020 models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. It's time to find new roads again.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan or for checkups only. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to get your free information kit. Call now.
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Now is the best time to save big on your new Beautyrest mattress during Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Get a twin, full, or queen Beautyrest mattress for only $299. Save up to $800 on Beautyrest Black adjustable base sets, plus $200 in Steinhoffel's cash and a $100 reward card with your Beautyrest Black mattress. And get 60-month 0% financing and free mattress delivery. Hurry in to Steinhoffel's Labor Day mattress sale, only at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffel's mattress stores.
Wisconsin's rural schools have been facing a different set of tough decisions this year. We'll find out how one small district is preparing for the challenges of reopening their doors and bringing students back to school.
We can get everyone back here that wants to be here.
Monday on News 3 Now this morning. Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
Once again, the Capitol Square is tentless this morning. No farmers there for the rest of this season, but you can once again walk around the Dane County Farmers Market over at the Alliant Energy Center. And more importantly, you can pick up that hot and fresh Saturday staple, Stella's Spicy Cheese Bread. It's my favorite. Jason Harder loves it too, bakery manager. Jason, we best know you as the pie guy from the Hubbard Avenue Diner. I see you every year for our pie eating contest, but you've recently moved over to Stella's. So welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I can be here.
Yeah, so you came at a typically the busiest time of year for Stella's Bakery. They are, as I mentioned, that Saturday staple. But what has business been like so far this year?
You know, from the start of it, when everything kind of shut down, it was trying to figure out what we could do, how to keep business going, like most every business is going. And then we got into the market season, and we weren't quite sure what to expect. There's been different pop-ups we've been trying to do, but then recently, a couple weeks ago, the Dane County Farmers Market started back up their walkthrough portion out at Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center, and that it's helped us get some extra business and get that staple out to everybody on their Saturday mornings.
And everyone's loving it. I want to talk about that walk-up because Stella's had been serving at the drive-thru, but it's not the same as actually walking up, grabbing that hot, spicy, fresh cheese bread. What have you been hearing from customers?
Oh, I mean, it's so much different. I mean, when you're doing the drive-through stuff, like everything's got to be pre-packaged so you can, go quickly get it in everybody's cars. But that walk-through, you get to walk around and see all the vendors and what they're bringing to the market, and just it's been able to bring. We've been able to bring our spicy cheese bread right from the oven, so it's nice and hot, just like everybody remembers it on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, you got to bring the spicy cheese bread and some smiles back too. But can we talk about another S, safety, because that's on everyone's minds right now. So how are you keeping things safe both at that market and then at your in-person bakery location?
Yeah, at the market, I mean, we're always masked up. We have our hand washing stations. We try to, and we keep our distance. Like we have barriers kind of up to keep people back 6 feet. And then it's kind of just everyone keeping their distance as they're coming through. And then basically you're kind of pointing at what you want. And then we'll be behind the table grabbing everything with gloves and or paper to put it in and hand it to you. So there's just a distance kind of thing. And like we use like a square reader on a selfie stick so you can run your card and you don't even have to get near us.
I know you're a manager now at Stella's, so do you have any pull? Are you bringing any pies to Stella's? Can you let us in on any new innovations you may be bringing? I know that you're really creative.
Well, I mean, the last, so I've been there about 3 weeks now, and it's been more or less trying to learn the process of what they're all doing, and it's a little different right now without, the craziness of the regular Saturday market. But, the creative juices are flowing, as they say, and there are ideas coming. I don't know if the pie thing will be happening yet, but, different flavor combinations of breads maybe, I'm kind of starting to think about.
And has there been any surprises? How tightly under wraps does Stella's keep their spicy cheese bread recipe? I'm asking for a friend, we'll say.
We try to keep it a little bit under wraps. I know there's some people that are, always been trying to copy it, but, we won't share the exact recipe, but, you can kind of get an idea what's in it from when you're eating it, all the different flavors that you get.
Those flavors are just so delicious. I love it so much. Thanks for talking to us this morning. And we do want to push anyone who's watching this who might want to get a taste of Stella's. If you don't want to go out to the market, you want to totally avoid crowds, you can always head out to your in-person location. Where is that, Jason?
It's 2908 Thine Road. There's a small bakery front that you can come into, one customer at a time, face mask required. But you can come get all your staples there Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And it's not too far off the Beltline, less than 15 minutes from downtown, so it's pretty easy to get to. Jason, thank you so much for talking to us.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
No longer the pie guy, Jason, the spicy cheese bread man?
I'm not sure how we should do this.
Okay, we need to come up. Write us in if you have an idea for what we can name Jason. Have a great day, Jason.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And we'll be right back. And good news, it's looking like no rain in the forecast for this morning's market, but our chances do increase throughout the day. Here's a live look over the Capitol. Aaron will have your full forecast right after this. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 years old soon, please let us know. Send us their picture so we can show it and celebrate them right here on News 3.
News 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Find your keys. Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't sweats. Find your friends. Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now, during the Chevy Open Road Sales Event, get up to 15% of MSRP cash back on select 2020 models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Our seniors that are being hit the hardest, they're frightened. And I want them to know that their health and safety will be my responsibility if I'm your president. And I'll have from day one, ready to go, the best medical experts and scientists to advise on our response. And I will not abandon you. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues building and bringing stability to families through homeownership. As area families experience hardships, Habitat provides a pathway to financial security and independence. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back on this Saturday morning. We have a nice start to the day here in Madison as we look over on our Edgewater Skycam looking at downtown. There are a few clouds passing through, just kind of a mix of clouds and sunshine is expected for today. Temperatures have warmed up just a little bit now at 70 degrees. The wind is light and it's going to stay that way through the morning hours. I think overall for today about 5 to 15 miles per hour, so not much wind to talk about. But it is going to be a warm day as we see our temperatures warming up nicely through the 80s, 81 degrees around lunchtime. Today's high topping out around 85. Now, while it is dry across most of southern Wisconsin, there are a few light showers popping up for parts of Grant and Crawford County. This whole area of rain really is falling apart. There was a nice complex of showers and even a few embedded thunderstorms that developed. You could see that area that moved east and more thunderstorms that moved south into Iowa. And between that, it just kind of stretched out and fell apart. And that's going to be the trend over the course of the next couple of hours as we see here on Future Track. Just some clouds moving in. Maybe a couple sprinkles for the next hour or so, but really not going to amount to anything. Better chance of storms will arrive later on this evening into tonight. We can see here some more clouds developing. A couple showers and storms developing late this evening into tonight. It's going to be pretty scattered, so we're really not going to see much in the way of rainfall across southern Wisconsin. A better chance of showers and storms will arrive as we get towards the end of the extended forecast. Going through the day tomorrow, we will see a mix of clouds and sunshine as well. Could see a stray shower storm later on tomorrow afternoon as well. But while things are dry here, it's even drier and hotter across the western United States, as we've seen a lot of fires that are burning in California right now. That's actually producing a lot of smoke, and that's going to get picked up by the jet stream and actually move to the north and east across the upper Midwest, and we might see some of that smoke in the upper atmosphere going into next week. And that's going to produce some kind of hazy skies, but may actually make for some fairly nice sunrises and sunsets. But that upper level ridge, that's the big story. That's been producing all the heat, the dry conditions. That's actually going to start to build to the north and east. Those tropical storms down in the Gulf of Mexico, that's actually kind of forcing everything to the north and just making way for a rather hot forecast. So as we look at the extended forecast here, we are going to see highs in the mid-80s this weekend, but 89 degrees on your Monday. And it's going to be rather sunny, but I got to say downright hot going into Tuesday and Wednesday. And we're forecasting 90 right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if we have to bump those numbers up just a couple more degrees Tuesday and Wednesday.
And what's typically the average temperature this time of year?
Average is right in the upper 70s. So we do start to cool back down a little bit, but when we see those 90s in the forecast, it's a little toasty for the end of August.
Hey, no complaints here. Thanks, Aaron. Time for a few of our favorite stories of the week. Now, a pair of Ohio newlyweds turned their canceled wedding reception into an act of kindness. Tyler and Melanie's plans for their own catered reception were scrapped by the pandemic, like so many married couples. So after tying the knot, the couple bought the already purchased food to a local women's shelter instead. Wearing gloves and hairnets, not to mention their tux and gown, of course, the newlyweds helped serve food at Laura's home in Cleveland, feeding more than 130 women and children. The couple hopes to be an inspiration to other people whose plans have been derailed, saying these unexpected times are the perfect time to give back. And this video of two teachers rapping in Georgia caught the attention of the whole country this week. Take a look at this.
COVID-19 had a stress, but it's nothing. We're gonna overcome that space, no bluffing. Wear your mask, wash your hands, keep a safe distance, cause I really thought that a pandemic said something. On the South, we do more than rap. Doing all we can just to get you out the trap. Teaching up, lifting, motivating, and engaging our students, going straight to the top, no cap.
What's poppin'? No flopping. No stopping.
That was Callie Evans and Audrey Williams who came up with this rap to welcome their high school students back. It's a remake of Jack Harlow's song, What's Poppin'? The teachers say it took them about a week to create the video. They wrote the lyrics themselves and recruited the high school's cheer team to back them up. It's the third year the teachers have come up with a welcome rap, although no year ever required masks that I would remember. Join us tomorrow morning for our news starting at 6:30 for a conversation about what happened at last week's Democratic National Convention and what's next as the Republicans take the stage next week. But first this morning, we're marking a milestone, 100 years since women earned the right to vote. How even a local farmer is celebrating.
As the weather gets warmer, get outside and see all the beauty Wisconsin has to offer. And let Meineke get you there safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
What happens now? Now that the rent's due, but they've cut your pay. Now that the virus has cost lives, but your health care costs too much. Now that our president has had months, but he still doesn't have a plan. What happens now? Joe Biden knows how to lead through a crisis because he's done it before. When our economy was on the verge of collapse, Joe Biden led the largest economic stimulus in a generation and saved millions of jobs. Now Joe Biden is ready to lead us through this crisis. He knows rebuilding our economy starts with fighting the virus, increasing testing, getting more protective gear for healthcare workers, and calling for mask mandates nationwide. As president, he'll get working families back on their feet by lowering healthcare costs and helping small businesses recover. So what happens now? We elect a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message. Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. We know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck.
From young couples just starting out to people my age, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Get 0% financing for 60 months on many of your favorite Toyota models, like Corolla, Camry, Avalon, or Prius. Toyota.
It's the 1105 Endless Orders Migraine Medicine. Ubrelvy, for anytime, anywhere migraine strikes without worrying if it's too late or where you happen to be. One dose of Ubrelvy can quickly stop a migraine in its tracks within 2 hours. Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks CGRP protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Few people had side effects. Most common were nausea and tiredness. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
100 years ago this week, women secured the right to vote when the 19th Amendment was ratified after a hard-fought battle that lasted for centuries. To end the show, Nancy Chen takes us to Seneca Falls, New York, the birthplace of the women's rights movement.
In Seneca Falls, New York, it's all about reaching for the sky or diving from it.
Here she comes on her landing.
These skydivers celebrated the centennial of the women's vote and the birthplace of the women's rights movement.
Woo! We are here to encourage everyone to use your voice to vote.
They touched down right across from where famed suffragist Elizabeth Cady Stanton presented her Declaration of Sentiments at the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848. But it took another 72 years for the 19th Amendment to become law.
Think about what happened in those 72 years. It was not easily won.
Kate Bennett is the board chair of the National Women's Hall of Fame, dedicated to the achievements of great American women.
What we're doing here is writing women into history. Who are the people who have knocked through the glass ceiling?
The founding document of the women's rights movement is inscribed here, proclaiming that all men and women are created equal. But many say there is still plenty of work to be done.
Are we better off than when we were in the 1600s, 1700s? Sure. Are we perfect? No.
Colleen Jenkins is Stanton's great-great-granddaughter. She'd like to see her ancestors' work taken a step further with the 28th Amendment.
What about all the other legal rights that not only women need, but men need? Let's put equality into our Constitution.
A lesson for future generations that the push for constitutional change continues today. Nancy Chen, CBS News, Seneca Falls, New York.
The 19th Amendment primarily enabled white women to vote. It was the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that ultimately cleared the path for all women to cast their ballots. And back here in Wisconsin, a farmer in Eau Claire is celebrating in a way only she can. Laura Leffel carved this design into her cornfield. The higher you go, you'll start to see her design that she created in the corn maze to honor the ratification of the 19th Amendment. It's a picture of a suffragette, and above her, the word vote is carved into the corn. It's always amazing how they do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool just to see, and just the amount of time that goes into something like that, too.
I know.
I just can't even imagine.
I can't believe it's already that time of year, the time of corn mazes, pumpkin.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little too soon. Especially pumpkin, but I mean, it's still good, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, and what's always good is our spicy cheese bread. So thanks to Jason for bringing it in for us. There's already a suspiciously large piece missing from this loaf.
That's right.
But yeah, it's just always good to have spicy cheese bread. Some good weather for people going to the farmer's market.
Yep, we got some nice weather for today. Highs into the 80s. 85 will be your high later on this afternoon, but we got some downright hot conditions coming our way next week with highs in the 90s.
Ooh, it's going to be hot. Enjoy it, everyone. It is summer after all.